Yeah, that's something new that I added. I also added a bunch more uh, point whatever rewards. Yeah, channel point things. Yeah, thank you. That's I went a little crazy with it the other day.
Did I jump scare you? Yeah, I bet I did. You coward. You made me sick. Your weakness is pathetic.
Immediately worked too. Also, I hope that wasn't too loud. Wait, safety first. What's that one? I haven't implemented all of them yet. Is that the lab coat one? Oh my gosh. Okay. Yes, I'm hoisted by my own petard. I will go put that on. But let me finish setting up something quick. That one is far less intrusive. Hello, Benjamin. Oh, that wasn't so loud? Okay, great. Yeah. Alt Miss Frizzle in real life. I don't know. I saw it in my closet, and I was really in the mood for, figuring out more rewards, so that just came to mind. So that's what I added. I'll go put it on. But this is sort of the problem that I'm going to run into, is I'm going to get so hot in a lab coat, just because of the room I'm in. And I have the 3D printer going off the side. That's producing a bunch of heat. My computer basically itself is a space heater. You have a hot pink lab coat sitting in your Amazon cart. Why in your Amazon cart? Why isn't it on its way to your house? Excuse me. Oh, you also have a lilac one. Manogard, your current binge watch is Star Trek The Next Generation, so you probably spent all your points on the Star Trek one. I don't know if you've noticed, but all the sound alerts that I have, when I get a new follower or someone subscribing, are all just audio directly from The Next Generation. Oh, you didn't realize you got paid early. I see. And Brian, a former postdoc you worked with, had a hot pink lab coat that she got radioactive, so you called it her hot pink lab coat. Awesome. Hot pink. You have to throw it away, right? After it gets hot. Yeah, it can't possibly be safe to even just have around. Okay, I'm just trying to set up. Come on. Trying to get the camera to work. The microscope camera, that is. No device detected. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alright, it was P32, so she left it in a bin for 2 years. Not sure if she threw it away or not. Is that the half-life? Is that what you are supposed to do? Oh, lilac is out of stock, so hot pink it is for you. I like both those colors for a lab coat. Oh, allow debugging. I just got a personalized ad on my phone just now for my webcam app that is all about personal genomics and personal DNA sequencing, which you haven't seen from the Discord. I decided to purchase genome sequencing for myself. So that will be something we can look at someday. whenever I get it and then whenever it comes in. Okay. Things are finally almost set up. Everything was not working when I came to stream today, so I don't know why. I feel like normally this shouldn't take so long, / I would be ready to go by now, but day's just not going to plan so far. Alright, our lab coat's white because it started as a proof of cleanliness thing. I don't know, that's a good idea. It also just might be because they're not disposable, but it's not something you really care about, and if you're working with like solvents, maybe it would like dissolve the dyes if the dyes weren't color fast back in the day. I don't really know. You thought this was the group to ask? That's probably a good guess, but I don't personally know. Speaking of which, I will go get that lab coat now. I'll deal with this camera in a second, and I'll go get what just finished 3D printing. There we go. Yeah, safety first, so thank you very much for that. For reminding me, Alt Miss Frizzle, by a reward that I clearly made maybe a little bit too cheap. That's okay. Your Academy bio teacher has a tie-dye lab coat. That I've seen the tie-dye lab coat before. Oh, this one's kind of fun. That was like 45 minutes of work to do that. Only because I love JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Okay. I have no sense of how many channel points people have because I haven't really had good rewards. So these might be way too cheap. There is a limit on how many times they happen per stream, though, so, you know. Oh, hi, David T. Gregory. Welcome. I didn't see you. Oh, yeah, there you are. I didn't see you come in. Enterprise. Basically, I just sort of search things I like green screen on YouTube, and I found a bunch of stuff. All right. Let's see. Actually, and we might try something else sort of new. Well, maybe not. So as you can see over on the... Now for 2,000 points, do talk like William Shatner. I am going to outright refuse. I hate doing impressions in front of people. No way. No way I can do this. Although... that is exactly how he talks. You figured out the grammar. Just an ellipses, every several words. Or at least that's how people make fun of him for talking, but I feel like that's just from his spoken word album, which I used to own like on a vinyl record. I don't know why though. Oh.
Woot. Tiny mazes.
Embus, welcome, and thank you very much for resubscribing, I guess. I feel like you were subscribed before. Oh, you see my money Emote, is that for Elon? Elote, that's a good thing. I should make an Elon emote. Yeah, I don't know. It's for whoever feels like they have to, like, subscribe at that level. Also, Embus, I see that your custom shoutout is working. I just put it there because I don't have as many emote slots as I have emotes. That's the problem. I have too many emotes. David, he didn't do that much in Star Trek, but he has the cadence. Had that cadence. Yeah, he has an interesting way of speaking, but it's not as pronounced as people make it seem, except for that spoken word album. But it's spoken word. He literally means to do that. Yeah, Manogard, same thing. Embus, yeah. I can't claim that I made very many of these emotes. I have a friend who's a digital artist who made the sort of bare bones of them, and then I'm just good enough at Illustrator to make a couple myself. But now I have too many because I've been going a little crazy offline, and I just don't have enough emote slots. And you're welcome for the shout out. If you're a streamer, I'll make you a shout out. That's the deal. Yeah, crying because there's not enough emote space. Absolutely. Okay, but speaking of mazes, so we got what we have over here, and what I actually hope people can't hear is the hum of the 3D printer in the background. So last time we ended on me designing this one up here. A start, an end, and some like an actual type maze. And then Mr. You like the little square one. This is one I just made before stream. Just that, not even a maze, just a long track that we can try out. I also just printed out. See, this is what I kind of wanted to try, but now I don't want to move my camera. Versions of the top rectangular one at sort of a half height, so 0.4 millimeters, and then a double height, 0.8 millimeters, and we'll see what that does. You'll get more, I'll get more emote slots as I get more subs, and exactly 60 days after affiliate, I get the follower emotes. That really is what I'm waiting for. I think it's 60 streaming days, which is tough because I only stream It feels like a lot. I stream twice a week, so I calculated that's still a couple months away. And then honestly, all my favorite emotes are being shoved more towards the free / low tier subscription. I don't want any of the fun ones locked behind a high tier subscription. David, I always wanted to record a Rocket Man parody video. Overdo it a bit. First he smokes one cigar, then two, then several. That would be amazing. Do that and link us the video in Discord someday. Yeah, 60 streaming days. It's a lot. Okay. So I have my little tiny mazes, which I'm not going to really show any way other than right here. I also got, as a recommendation from Alt Miss Frizzle, let's see, Kiss brand Powerflex brush on nail glue, because we were having some problems with adhesion. Also, just coincidentally, I have a UV light and safety glasses for that. I think so. This is made of cyanoacrylate. Cyanoacrylate. I don't know how you pronounce it, and I'm pretty sure that's UV reactive and will actually cure faster with UV. So hopefully that will be quick enough that it's actually useful for us today. Otherwise, it's back to the double-sided tape. Embus, we also get your recommendation for this then too. But see, is it good enough to glue bits of plastic onto bits of glass and also have enough surface that like a little tiny microbe can walk on it? That's really the question that I need to know. Okay. So let's actually get a look at some. Maybe we'll find a tardigrade or something like that. I still have to fix up. Ooh, the scope is not doing so hot right now. What moved? What changed? Something's a little off here. I'm gonna tighten some screws and see what happens. Onto glass. Plastic to plastic or plastic to human nail. Maybe if you scuff up the glass a bit. Maybe. I won't do that quite yet, but that's a good consideration to make. Your brain turned cyanoacrylate into Cyrano de Bergerac. You might need some more coffee. I need some more coffee as well, so I feel you. Okay, come on. What is going on here? I would really like us to be able to see something. Oh. Cheers, thank you. It's water. We have some really good beer in the fridge, but I have some work to do later today, so I am not going to be drinking beer this stream. Whoops. Well, yeah, let's look here. Am I zoomed in? Oh, I was partially zoomed in. Alright, I know the thing. I know it's bad looking, but that's just because I need to adjust things as I go. Actually, did that do it? Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, dehydrate with coffee. I mean, I would love some coffee. Coffee's actually not as dehydrating as people think, which is great for people like me who drink way too much. And Brian, you'll be going for bottomless mimosas after stream. What's the occasion? Just a Sunday afternoon? Also, so oh, random science fact? Oh shoot. I wasn't mentally prepared for a random science fact. Well, since I'm looking for a tardigrade, I'll give you this. Tardigrades, genetically, are all head. Animals have a body plan that's determined by genes. So we have genes that say our head, genes that say our torso, genes that say our legs or whatever. All animals have those. Tardigrades got rid of everything below the neck and just co-opted the head genes to do everything else. Let's see. Mimosas sound good. You're considering Captain Morgan in Minecraft. Morgan in Minecraft sounds great. Musicals and mimosas. Yeah, I mean, they still have body parts, but genetically, they've co-opted the head-only genes to do everything else. Alright, so by the way, what we've been staring at sort of right here, I think is actually a fungus that's decided to live on top of this sample that I have. You can see these little, the little dots are cell bodies, but I think the stringy bits are the hyphae. Is it known if they once had bodies genetically? Yes, they do, or they did, and we do know that because they're related to other arthropods or arthropod-like organisms, which they're not arthropods, but I forget exactly what they are. They're very closely related, like insects. And basically we know that all insects and crustaceans more or less have these other genes, just like humans do. And it's just that tardigrades started to lose them at some point. And when you start talking about genetic stuff like that, it's not like they lost a gene and suddenly they had no legs. It's just kind of like two genes started to do very similar things, so that one day when one of those genes stopped working, it didn't matter. And because evolution was always trying to cut corners, because it's an energy cost to carry around extra genes, eventually those genes were just lost. So they still have bodies. They still have an actual head, an actual torso. They have legs. They have an anterior and a posterior. But despite, or they have all those things, they just don't need all the same genes that we or even other insects do. Okay, fungus, that's cool, but we're really looking below this fungus. We got to find someone. Oh. There's some stuff in here. What is going on with this sample? See those rod-shaped things? I think those are diatoms, but this is so thick I can't quite tell. I'm going to grab some out. And I do want to get to the mazes. I find myself intrigued suddenly by what I'm seeing. It's very gooey at the top of this sample. It's kind of gross. So I don't know why, but there definitely is a layer of fungus. These aren't kept sterile or clean or anything. I basically just keep them out of direct sunlight and make sure there's water in them so stuff continues to grow and thrive. But they tend to oscillate between periods of high growth and periods of, well, apparently death and decay. Apparently we're on a decay sort of week for these guys. They're genetically optimized for making dad jokes about being ahead. Absolutely. They're ahead in life relative to other people. Alright, I grabbed some stuff. So things are going to literally settle out of solution. But let's zoom in on one of these, because I swear I saw them moving. Also, Benjamin, if you're there, we should talk offline. I know I haven't really responded, but I would love to very, very soon figure out when we can talk about vampires. So for everyone else, upcoming topics, Wednesday's stream topic is going to be vampires. We wanted to get into some literature. Okay, I have to stop. I think those little squiggly things are moving. Because, you know, vampires, Frankenstein's monster, legends and lore, those are just the, fantasy and sci-fi kind of go hand in hand in my brain. And some of that is like proto sci-fi, especially Frankenstein. Okay, I don't know why things are moving around so much. Okay, there we go. You're obsessed with that tease like you're bringing on a vampire to talk. Well, only if that vampire is you? Did I say it like that? Sorry, I was a little distracted in focusing the microscope. But I didn't mean to suggest that you were a vampire. Unless that's actually what you want. Unless that's how you want me to introduce you. Something is strange. I don't know why this is moving so much. It's flowing, but I don't see why that's happening. Okay. So I guess I just needed to put something on while I was dealing with the maze. So I think I'm going to skip that. Let's see what else I have. I want something less mobile. Also, preferably something with like a tardigrade or some of our copepod frenemies. There we go. Here's a couple diatoms. And that one's on the move. Okay, we're gonna watch that diatom. The stream where I completely jumped the shark. Yeah, what would me jumping the shark look like on stream? I guess it would be inviting someone who claims they're actually a vampire. Okay, we're gonna watch this while I try not to cut myself with an X-Acto knife, and also, you know, try to use this nail glue for the first time. Okay, the 0.4 millimeter one looks pretty good. Thickness one looks pretty good. I already see that there's going to be a problem, so I'm going to try to fix it. Like there was a printing error. Just got to try and scrape off a little bit excess stringy plastic. Don't know if that'll get fixed though. See, it looks great macroscopically, but I bet it's gonna look a little bit more rough when we go microscopic. Oh, use caution, you may glue your fingers together. You're banned from using super glue for that reason. Nail glue dries very fast. Oh, well, I want that, but also thank you for the warnings. I am also the type of person who would glue themselves to something else. Or to themselves. All right. So do you think I have to use the UV light? You know, I'm just going to try it. Because I got it out. I might as well. Plus I get to put more safety gear on. This is awful for my vision. I cannot see anything. Oh, I should not use it. Okay. Well, I might as well have safety glasses on anyways, since you somehow got super glue on your face. Now I'm worried about getting this on my face. Okay, this smells very bad. I shouldn't. Not everyone is as clumsy as you, I see. Okay. Well, let's see how quickly this dries. That was pretty quick. I mean, I think it's done. I feel like maybe I didn't put enough on. I guess we'll find out with the first one. Must be working if it smells pretty bad. Okay, great. Good to know. Oh, that's such a strange... The safety glasses keep everything kind of yellow, and it's very blue and pink right now in this room. It's a very strange thing to look at. But also, what got its way into our line of sight. Oh, look at that diatom. Within seconds. Ah, okay. These are good things to know. Oh, we got a lot of diatoms here. Oh, and a whole bunch of, I think this is algae that I picked up. Looks like a cargo pod navigating space lanes. Yeah, they're really interesting little things. Actually, I think this is a diatom. Oh, we've got all sorts of little friends there. Okay, it's kind of like pointing up, so that's a little annoying. But I think all the little round things are algae. The crescent-shaped ones that are not moving, those are also a type of it's all algae. And the bigger spheres are also a type of algae. Okay. Okay, I'm not going to get distracted. Okay. Let's actually take a look at this. Oh, probably want to zoom out on that. Okay, here we go. So, this printed pretty well. So this is the start, and then this one is an actual maze. So these corridors don't necessarily lead anywhere. Yeah, the channels do look pretty clean. It's a little bad at the other side, and I'm not really sure why, but at least on this end, they look pretty good. And you can even see a little bit of that nail glue. Looks like it's going to give it a little bit of texture. Yeah, so that's going to be good, especially if we manage to get a tardigrade onto here. It'll hopefully have something to sort of grasp onto and move forward with. So why don't we go searching for someone to put on here? Someone, something, or someone. All right. I'm glad you all agree that it does look pretty good, so I'm happy about that. So that's the one that was at the same depth that we were doing last week. There is one that's like twice as deep that might be easier to sort of keep liquid in and pipette in. The only issue is that it kind of warped a little, like each layer is a little bit off from the last. And at microscopic levels, it looks not so great. All right, I'm not really sure what I'm picking up on this one, so I'm just grabbing from my moss culture. I think I'm picking up a lot of dirt, to be honest. We'll see if anyone's here. A lot of dirt. All right, so we just got to find something. We were doing pretty good last time. We found all those Copepods, found a tardigrade that we named. What else did we find? I found some worms. So there's a little ciliate floating around. They're not going to be super great, but I guess I could try it. That's going to be hard to catch. See, it has to be small, but also catchable. And I can't guarantee that I'm going to catch a ciliate like that. That's a piece of moss right there. They must have gotten out. Or word must have gotten out. All the copepods and tardigrades are hiding. Yep. I think so. You know, we'll find them. Just takes a little bit of looking around. I'm actually kind of surprised that there's not even a worm here. We got these little guys floating around. They're kind of fun, but need something bigger. Alright, I'm not going to dwell too much on this. So, let's move on to something else. Alright, so this one has been pretty good for me in the past. The sort of grainy texture in the background is all algae. And at least before, I had kind of noticed that certain things like to live in that algae. Like that right there. It isn't one, but that is, I don't know if you can see this, but it's the cast off shell of a tardigrade right there in the center. So at one time in the past, there was a tardigrade here. Tardighost, yep. Well, see, that's the thing. It's either a dead tardigrade or a tardigrade with a strong exfoliation regimen. One of the two. Oh, I don't know why I'm still remembering things, but there's still emotes that are unfortunately locked behind Twitch's, like they need to approve them. It's been very strange. Some of them instantaneously approved. Others have still been like behind the wall for like 2 weeks now. One of them was approved. I forget which one exactly. But one of them was approved last week. I was hoping that meant all of them were going to be approved because they were all submitted about the same time, but it's not true so far. If that's not the same shell, that's another cast-off shell right there. Cast-off epidermis. It's probably more accurate. And yet another, which is making me think that maybe these are dead tardigrades, unfortunately. Oh, spoke too soon. Look at that. Look who's here. Kind of a little one. Stuck in all the algae, too. Alright, I'm just going to zoom out a little bit. And my camera is not going to behave today. I already can tell that. I'm just sort of drawing on the maze right now with water. And that's to make sure that everything has been exposed to water. And then when I add more water, it won't just all bead up in the same spot. Instead, it will hopefully flow kind of everywhere. Which is also making me realize there are some not so good spots on this. We're just going to have to live with it for today. All right. I'm going to try to get that tardigrade now. Ooh. Oh no. Come back. Oh shoot. Great. I bumped it. Oh no. Oh no. I lost it. I went and lost it. There's a dead one. There's a much bigger living one. Okay. Okay. Much, much bigger, actually. And even more stuck. Okay, I think I got it. Okay. Now it may not be in the starting spot, but hopefully it's somewhere that we can find. Uh-oh. The water beat it up a little bit more than I was hoping. My pipette is not accurate enough. I hope that's not it. No, thankfully not. Did it get stuck somewhere? I clearly have a lot of algae. Alright, so the maze is a little bit more of a hide and go seek game, I guess, as well as a maze. Yeah, trial and error is right. You know, I made the starting spot super small because, last time we couldn't see the whole thing all in one. Maybe it should just be super small. All right. Let's go right here, then I'm going to zoom out. Just going to really make sure that nothing's left in my pipette. So you can't really see. Oh, wait. The little cheat. It's right there. It's trying to climb over the wall. It's still so small compared to what we got printed out. There we go, though. That's a tardigrade in the maze. I think last time we did it, but unfortunately, like like it died or it got stuck or something. Oh, it's kind of making its way down. Okay. Who wouldn't do the same? Tardigladiator has entered the arena. It has. All right, that's exciting. I mean, keep the dumb jokes coming. But also, if you need coffee, you should go make coffee. I support everyone getting coffee when they need it, because I always want coffee. Okay. Also, I just realized the emote wall is not on here. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so future version of this also is going to be hopefully printed a little bit better. I realized that my university has free printing services, like for sort of reasonable projects. I feel like this is a reasonable project. And they have a fancier printer that should be able to do it down to the so this is what we're looking at, the distance up and down the open region. That is 0.5 millimeters. So that's 500 nanometers. They have a printer that can much more cleanly print down to like 100 nanometers. And it won't have all the caveat of like this really awful printing. Like all these strands. Where'd it go? Oh, it's trying to climb back up again. Well, that's inconvenient. We can't see you when you go there. Anyways, like you can see the different layers right here. I'll move away for just a second. This other type of printer doesn't print the same way, so hopefully it'll be a lot more clean. And I think I'm just going to basically send them a bunch of our good mazes and get them to print them. A bunch of them, potentially. I also am realizing that I feel like I can make this a bit more clean. Make myself bigger and make all of you bigger. There we go. That's a little better. Yeah, because this maze has been kind of working, but at the same time it's so big compared to these little guys. I feel a little bad. It's like how are they ever going to traverse it? So we got to go really, really, really small. Also, he's got to stop escaping. Trying to escape at least. Let's see. So I guess what do I want to do next? Because I'm trying to think of like where we are on this maze. Oh, actually, there he goes. He's gonna go try part of it. Let's see. That's that corner. I'm just kind of looking. off to the side. Oh, it's upside down. That's a bit annoying. Because I'm wondering if it's worth either trying this next one, which has higher walls, which actually just came off so much easier than the super thin one. Yeah, it has higher walls, but I almost bet that it's going to be even worse to look at. You know, might as well try it. Yeah. So I'm going to get glue. Oh. Where'd it go? I looked away. I don't see the movement anymore. You know, they move fast, but they like their little areas. Yeah, he is hiding back in the algae. You've got a keen eye. Or have been paying attention very closely, so thank you. Alright, I think I'm going to glue this next one. Then maybe start printing. Well, yeah, let's check the next one for height, because I'm curious about it. And then I think we're going to start printing the little square one that someone in chat said they liked before. It's more or less the same. It's a little bit more simple of a track, but it's just smaller, so I should be able to print it much, much faster. I'm also going to try some more of this glue to really sort of prevent anything from... but I don't want it so much that it'll beat up. You just watch them closely because they fascinate you? Yeah, they are really fascinating to watch, so... I'll just keep him on here so we can watch him while I'm off to the side gluing. Oh, you liked it. You think the tardigrades need some scaffolds. They need some practice learning that they need to go down one way. Because this little guy doesn't want to leave his algae, does he? You know, we can go look for those copepods too. They were a little bit more zippy. Alright, this glue is working out great, so... By the way, thank you all, Miss Frizzle. I don't know if it's the perfect solution quite yet, but it's great for what I have now. Alright, so let's just for a second leave them. And check this out. So... Move my follower thing down there. My arbitrary 150 follower goal. Alright. We're going to print this one down here. It's also a little bit thicker. Little bit thicker. But not too much. I think it'll be good. Okay. So we select that. We 3D print. Then this will send it to Mesh Mixer. So what Mesh Mixer does is it takes this 3D design, more or less converts it into a mesh. So it looks exactly the same, but now these are made out of polygons that another program can understand. So I'll export this. I'll do this as number 7. Okay, that's saved. So now we can bring up this. Go away. So this is what we printed before. Oh, actually, now that it's a different size, I can show you the difference. So the initial layer So it starts building a little raft, so a little place for everything to sit. So then it goes to the first layer and fills that in, second layer. And then this actually had multiple layers, so you can kind of see the one down at the bottom. It's going up and down ever so slightly. That's actually way more than I thought. This should have just been doubled in height, but it's very clearly more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So by doubling... So I doubled the actual height, which tripled the number of layers it had. That's kind of odd. Okay. So we're just going to delete these. And we'll print 2 of these. So I will multiply that. Oh. Oh, sorry. It multiplied it. We don't want these to be overlapping, so scoot them over. Yeah, that'll be good. Slice. And this will take about 9 minutes. So, let's go back to the tardigrade, who has not moved. Just really happy in that one spot. And I'm going to go grab a couple things that I need to actually get this printing, and I'll start that. Okay, so that should take probably about 10 or 15 minutes total once it heats up to print. So, meanwhile, this little guy, he's doing it, but he's doesn't want to move very far. Though, I think that's him swimming to the bottom. Oh. Oh. Is it going to go? Oh no, there's no water there. Get a little bit too much water. But still there, still there. Yeah, see, this is the next thing. I guess I kind of talked about this last time. The plastic is a little bit hydrophobic. Oh, uh-oh. And we're learning something about the surface. Oh, I don't think the glue dried up provides quite as much traction as I was hoping. It's kind of skidding without actually moving until he grabs onto a piece of something. And she's coming back up. All right. You went for coffee and came back to a water rescue. That is true. That's what happened. All right. Well, I think what I'm going to do is we're going to keep this, save this, obviously. Just get it off of the light so she doesn't dry out. And then we're going to go looking around for other sort of friends to collect and maybe add. Maybe some Copepods or something like that. I really meant to go out and find some Daphnia, so water fleas, but unfortunately I did not get a chance to go searching much farther than out of my neighborhood, and the little pond near me just was dried up. So no Daphnia there, unfortunately. Using my lab coat to wipe up some dirty water, but you know, what are they for if not that? Okay. So this is a more fresh lichen sample. This came from outside just a couple days ago. But that doesn't always mean that things are super interesting. Stuff tends to stay pretty sleepy until like some algae burst out or some fungi start breaking down stuff. Because it's really just wet lichen at this point. And that lichen makes it very difficult to actually focus. I'm really just trying to see if anything's crawling around at the bottom here. Oh, no. I thought that was a nematode. Not really. Yikes. I'm going to say that since we're not really seeing much, that probably not. There's probably some tardigrades in here, probably some other like ciliates floating around, but there's just too much big material in here right now. I have to let this sit for like another week or two. Oh, there is a rotifer though. A rotifer's a good one because they kind of crawl around. Gotta get my pipette though. Okay, I think I got that rotifer. You know what, I'm actually just going to move some stuff around and see if there's more rotifers hiding somewhere. See, what I've been finding is that the best way to grab out, you get really invested on this. You were on the edge of your seat hoping he would get the water in there in time. Oh no. I mean, I'm glad it's entertaining, but I hope it's not stressful. Oh, and I do wish I could say no tardigrades were harmed in the filming of this, but they're so small and so delicate, I cannot guarantee it. Not stressful. Because you didn't name it. That's fair. That's fair. That is what we learned last time: is don't get too attached, because then you can't perform your experiments. All right. Anyways, what I was saying was these tend to become really good samples after a couple weeks, allowing the lichen to become so waterlogged that they start to break down. I've noticed that a lot of little microorganisms. Ooh, a worm. A lot of microorganisms tend to like sort of like the beginning stages of rotting of lichen. They must, I don't know, before all the fungi and bacteria get to it, they must like something about it. I'm going to grab this little friend. Alright, one nematode, one rotifer. I was really hoping for more out of this. I guess there's another one. I'll take that one too, since they tend to stick inside of my pipette. And the next maze is printing. Okay, but let's actually look at something else. So, also on the topic of naming things. See, I don't know if this is like morbid, but I kind of talked about this last time. So we've done this before, where we've dehydrated the tardigrades and rehydrated them. They survive, right? They also don't feel. They're pretty simple animals, but they are animals. But in my mind, I feel like it would be kind of cool to have like a special slide somewhere that I keep, where for like a reward or something, you can find a tardigrade, plop it down, and let it dehydrate, right? Kind of like a little, like almost like mounting them, like taxidermy, except they're still maybe kind of alive. I don't know. I don't know if that's too mean or morbid. I mean, any time that you step in a slightly wet puddle and then let your shoes dry out, you're probably doing that to hundreds of tardigrades and other organisms. So I don't know if doing it on purpose makes it suddenly bad. Ooh. A mite. They're not really good swimmers, so I don't really want to take that. Lots of algae in this one. I think that means, or that would mean that there would be some fun things swimming around in here. I do see a ciliate down there. I'm not going to zoom in on it. What are these little things? Oh, it's just a bunch of pollen. So we've seen these many, many, many times on stream, but dead center, the thing that looks like a little Mickey Mouse head, that is a piece of pollen from some kind of pine tree. The stuff is everywhere, so basically every sample I have is full of it. Those are tardigrade eggs. So you can even see that the sort of husk of the tardigrade is still there. Tardigrades lay eggs, and then I think it sort of depends on the species, but they shed off their outer skin, laying the eggs in the outer skin and leaving it behind, kind of like an extra little layer of protection. Some kind of... Benjamin, did you happen to note the reference of the Star Trek reward? I want to take these eggs. That was very messy, but I think I got them. We can take a look at the eggs. Some kind of stream reward? Okay, I think you get it. Star Trek First Contact. Possibly, well, let's see. Second best Star Trek movie? Second best, in my opinion. I'm saying for my opinion. Your mileage may vary, but I just have a huge soft spot in my heart for the First Contact. Voyage Home, though, I think that might be my favorite. And unironically, I think one of the best. But I'm sure there are just as many opinions on that as there are fans of Star Trek, so... Also, Independence Day is the best Stargate movie. Voyage Home is the one you're most often in the mood to watch. Yeah, it's just a nice little watch. I think that's why it's my favorite. It's just because it's so watchable. Oh, you took a few minutes to contemplate the ethics question that I asked a couple minutes ago. The conclusion is that when we're doing it intentionally, as long as we're learning or promoting science, like this stream does, then it's fine. Plus, cryptobiosis is awesome to observe. Exactly. And, it's one of these weird things where technically they're dead. I read a bunch about this because I saw that. Like, cryptobiosis is when they are dead. It's just that they can come back to life. And I didn't really understand that, because I thought it was like, still technically alive. No, it's the other side. They're technically dead. This is a hair. Yeah, so we are technically killing them, but they're able to survive it, and it's a natural part of their lives. And if anything, if I keep it really secure, they're actually more safe, in some ways. Ew. You know what? Okay. Sidebar. I've been meaning to grab one of these guys so we can take a look at it on a slide. I'm going to try to do that right now. Yeah, Menogard, I don't know. I honestly don't know because I never deal with clips, my own or other people's. So I don't know if it's still available, but if you have not seen it, there's a clip from my stream probably like 2 months ago, 1.5 months ago, where we observe a tardigrade drying out. It's quite violent, but that tardigrade survived. We rehydrated it like a week later. Oh, well, Miss Frizzle, you'll dig it up. Thank you. All right, I can't pick up this stupid mite. It's like on the water, not in the water. Okay. So done with that. Let's look where I think those Copepods were, because I think if we get some Copepods, that print finished, I think we can move on to the next trial. Okay. Ooh. This doesn't look healthy. Also, okay, I'm sorry. I have to readjust this. This is not going well. Yeah, just in. Oh, well, thank you, Brian. Brian found it. Yeah, it was quite surprising. I don't think any of us were expecting it to happen. So what's going on is it's drying due to the heat of the microscope lamp, which is quite warm. So it happened very quickly. In just a second, I will pull it up. I can do that. I'm just trying to deal with this really quick. That's so much better. Also, look who showed up. That is a copepod. I think it's a little one, too. Oh, that's so much better. Yeah, okay. We will find this copepod and others later. Yeah, let me do this. Also, this music is so loud in my ears. There we go. Ugh, but now I have to listen to my own voice again. Oh yeah, this one had eggs too. Yeah, so I guess I'll unmute it. I'll just try not to pay attention to myself. Oh. Was that it? Hey, someone should clip that. And then someone did. Yeah, it happens so fast. I mean, it goes from... Alright, tardigrade swimming around. Happy little tardigrade. You can see the water around it. It kind of closes up because the water sort of dries up. And then you can watch its body desiccate in the last couple seconds. And then it's done. Almost immediately. I mean, it looked really dead. This little bit right here that looks like concave scared me. Like it was not going to come back. But it actually did survive. So, that was cool. Thank you for finding that. Oh, look! A pregnant copepod. She's got eggs. I guess not pregnant. She's carrying eggs. Well, I want to find her and get a screenshot of her. There she is. I moved too soon. There we go. Cool. Yeah, so maybe I'll grab whatever copepods I can get. Um, yeah, it was violent but very fast, and it did survive. So that's the cool thing. I honestly thought we did something wrong because it looked so fast and so violent. But yeah, I think later that week or the next week, I really just dropped some water on it, and it took a while. It took like a couple hours. So I don't really understand the full like biology behind it. But when you rehydrate a tardigrade that's in cryptobiosis, it will rehydrate, but then it won't really do much. It won't really move or be visibly alive for a couple hours. And the amount of time that it takes is basically related to how much damage there was done. So it sits there, it repairs itself before it starts going about its business. Did I get it? Yeah, I think I got it. Add it to our friend pile. All right. Although survive is the wrong word. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't really know what the right word is. I mean, yeah, it technically died, but it can survive that process. It survived. It survived. It survived a process. All right, there's lots of copepods around here. I just wonder how many are pregnant. So the number of pregnant copepods kind of gives me a hint at like how happy they all are. Basically, lots of copepods with eggs means that they're generally happy. What is that? Is that a copepod? Might be a dead one? Or a shell? Yeah, it's not too happy. There's another one right there. Guess we might need to consider the ratio of copepods with eggs versus copepod bodies to determine the health. There's one right there. All right. I'm just going to zoom it around because honestly it's easier to grab these by just looking at the microscope. There's another one with eggs. So the eggs are the dark bits hanging off by her tail. So they hold on to egg sacs. I believe the egg sacs are fertilized, but I'm not positive on that. So basically, if she has egg sacs, that means that she has, a couple dozen, maybe 100 baby copepods that are going to be laid and hatched eventually. Excuse me. I keep coughing. Oh yeah, look at all. Yeah, it is a lot of babies. See, I think what happens with this particular culture that has all these copepods is that let me go from your angle. They like increase in population. Then they reach a point where they just all crash, and then it's stable and low, and then they increase again. Last week when we did this, I saw copepods. This week, though, there's copepods everywhere. So they must be in one of their growth cycles. And they're only doing that because their environment that they live in now, since I took them out of a pond like 2 months ago, has been this petri dish. So there's cycles of nutrients that they probably go through. Okay, I'm going to try and grab some of these, but I have to do it sort of looking at the microscope, not actually what we're looking at right here. Sorry, I look at the dish, not through the microscope. So I'll leave it sort of here so you can watch, but you won't see what I'm doing. There we go. Alright, I think I grabbed a couple. We'll actually have to check it out and see. Also, now I turn the music too low. It's eerily quiet. There we go. That's better. Okay. So, we grab some Copepods. Take those off. We also have some other friends. We have a new piece glued down. And I just printed off and finished the new mazes. I think I'm going to go grab those and glue one down just so we're ready to go with that. So this one is pretty good, I think. So these are the small square ones. I'm just going to peel one off and lay it down almost immediately. I might try to put a little bit thicker of a layer of this nail glue. Whoa. That scared me. Also totally screwed up my vision, but that's okay. Hello, Montango, and thank you, Twitch Guy 2, for changing my lights. Welcome. Yeah, I added a bunch of new point challenges, community challenges, whatever they're called. Point rewards. That's what they are. One of them was to put on a lab coat, which was immediately redeemed, and it's very hot in my room, so I almost regret it now. And in the future, I think it'll be put at a slightly higher cost. But how are the both of you doing? How are your Sundays? I am gluing some itty bitty mazes to a glass slide at the moment. There's a hair on this one. Why is there a hair? Oh. I missed it. I missed the Star Trek. But I assume it flew by. You have to tell me if something doesn't work. And no, Alt Miss Frizzle, I've committed. I do have to keep it on. Oh, it didn't work? No. Why didn't you work? Wait, it's not on here? Oh, shoot. Hold on. Sorry about that. Okay, let me do it for you. Where is it? Wait, what? It didn't work. What's going on? It didn't work for me either. It might have already... So I do have it on a limit. Oh. Wait. That was the wrong one. Sorry. Oh, the reward is on a cooldown. Sorry. Yeah. Also, didn't mean to do that one. So that one's on a cooldown now, too. It's still a work in progress, obviously. So to pull back the curtain, you have to have, like, certain sources. So every time I go to a new view, like this, or like that, different sources. I forgot to put the challenges on this one, even though I swear I did that before I started today. It just clearly is not there. So when you activated that, it did it off screen, and then started a timer so it can't be used again. So, or the Klingons did finally destroy the Enterprise, as Twitch guy says. All right, tiny little maze. Let's look at this new maze. I think this one will be pretty good. It looks like it printed very well. Yeah, it will take some time to decide the best prices and cooldowns. Because it's like, I want people to be able to use them, but at the same time, I don't want, Hank Hill yelling at me constantly. Yeah, this one printed very clean. Color changes until it gets annoying will remain free with 0 cooldowns. You can also do any color you want as long as it recognizes the color. So I think that's like exclamation mark color and then up to 2 colors, like the hex codes, just separated by spaces. Yes, these are some nice clean edges. All right, this one worked pretty well. Oh, okay, a little bit of an oopsie there. So I did look up Peggy Hill. There just aren't a lot of great options that are green screened. Okay, this one looks pretty good. All right, I like this one. Yeah, the edges are relatively clean, so this is the little starting point. And also, I'm really liking this 2 by 2 millimeter size square. It's a huge pain to pipette liquid into that small of a gap, but I think it'll be good. Okay, we're gonna get off of this really quick and actually check out what I managed to grab, if anything. Yeah, if you find a Peggy Hill anything, send it to me. Okay, it looks like I did manage to get a worm or 2. So that nematode is a little bit less or more excited than the nematode I just saw down here. Also picked up a bunch of dirt. Where are the eggs? I picked up some eggs. There's a dead copepod, or a copepod shell. Huh. I might have just missed all the copepods, unfortunately. And let's see, I don't think I grabbed any tardigrades on this run. Yeah, no, because they're being a little mysterious today. They're hiding. Except for that clutch of eggs, which I swear I grabbed. I don't think that's it right there. Alright, so that is a nematode. Clutch of eggs, not seeing that clutch of eggs. Oh, there they are. Oh, and a rotifer. I forgot about the rotifer. I think that's what I'll try to put on. Yeah, so if you missed it, this is a clutch of tardigrade eggs, still in the cast-off tardigrade shell. What's making the slide shake? That is my body. I have a very unfortunate setup where I do kind of have to rest my hands on this desk. I don't have a fancy microscope shake-resistant desk, so if I touch it for too long, it starts to get a little bit, shaky. If it gets too bad, let me know and I'll just take my hands off. So sorry about that. But thank you for pointing it out. Okay. I think this rotifer wants to go inside of the maze. I'm just going to wet the maze a little bit. So at least there's a little bit of water in there. Yeah, still the problem of the of the like hydrophobicity. I need something that's way more hydroscopic, hydrophilic, because it just wants to bead up and not behave. It actually makes it easier to see the depth of the slide. Well, great. And yeah, I do know what you mean, but I find it a little annoying, so I just assume everyone else does. Is that why California has earthquakes? A giant unseen being looking at them directly under a microscope? Yeah, actually, that's exactly how it works. They tend to keep that quiet though, because otherwise no one would move there. Speaking of shaking, it's about to start shaking. Ah, whoa. No, stop fighting. Brian, I have a complaint to lodge about nematodes. I'm trying to get that rotifer, and this nematode is messing everything up. What the heck? Our mod Brian studies nematodes, so they're his responsibility. Wow. Rude. It was so twitchy. I don't think it was very happy. I have a paralytic that paralyzes nematodes. Unfortunately, I ran out. I'll have to get more later. Could it be unhappy because it's probably baking under the light of the microscope? Did I just get it, or did I squish it? I think I got it. Yeah, Brian does have to answer for all the nematodes. Good or bad. Ew, there's a lot of liquid in my pipette. Did I get him? I don't think so. It's to atone for how many of you had to injure for your thesis. Yeah, that's fair. Fair trade-off, right? Okay. Okay, I don't think it's out of the pipette yet. I'm going to try again. Oh no. The tardigrade eggs. They're going to be born in a labyrinth. And a copepod. Where did you... Where... Copepods? Fine. You know what? That's fine. That's fine. Okay, well, you know, there's some give and take here. I don't think I got the rotifer. I accidentally picked up the tardigrade eggs, which I'm not sure if I'll be able to get back. But we got a copepod in our little starting arena. Just has to figure out that he can go down these little hallways. Did it just go this way? Well, probably not, because that's where the water ends, because having issues with that. A bonus contestant appears. Pretty much. If it just stays put. Maybe, okay, I'm going to leave this copepod alone. I'm going to go check the other side. Maybe the roadford did make it in, and I just missed it. Although, not really. It doesn't really look like it. That's unfortunate. Also, let me see if I can finally do the... oh, wait. Here. While I'm doing that, we might as well watch the thing that's actually moving. We're headed towards a tardigrade remake of Cube, aren't we? Yeah, actually, I need to talk to David Hewlett about that again. I have a new idea for the sequel. Okay, let me try the Star Trek thing for you. Hope it works. There it goes. I feel like the tardigrade version of Cube would be that it, what? Or not tardigrade. Yeah, no, tardigrade. They fail to get out, so instead they go into a ton state, having entered a cryptobiotic state, stay there for 200 years, and then that's the end of the movie. Oh. Oh. Okay, this is technically as far as it can go. But that was making it. Oh, how do I add more water without ruining it? Enterprise D, no less. Yeah, personally my favorite Enterprise. Okay, I gotta add some more water, but this maze is kind of... The water's beating up too much. Okay, that did not work. What just happened? My stock has gone up with you. TNG rocked your socks. I love TNG. TNG is so good. I've actually been avoiding Star Trek more than well, even though I talk about Star Trek a lot on stream, I've actually been able to avoid it more than I thought I was going to be able to. But I'm going to lean more into Star Trek probably soon. Okay, this maze, great up until this problem of the water not flowing very well in these channels. They're small enough to make it a challenge for a copepod, but too small that the water doesn't want to enter them. You can see where there's water right here and where the copepod is stuck, but the water won't go in here. What I'm seeing on my side is that it's like beating up at like a sphere above it. And if I get stuck like that, then the copepod will just be able to like swim over. You have to head out, but have a good rest of stream. Thank you very much. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not going to be too much longer, but I've been having fun. So thank you for dropping by. Yeah, see you later. Come on. As I'm like struggling with a droplet of water. But no, thank you for coming. Okay, I have a teeny tiny brush. Maybe I can sort of coax the water in that way. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, copepod. Oh no. Yeah, I was just getting too. It was just getting too caught up in something. Okay, come on, little copepod, you could do it. Is he stuck in something, or was he drying out? Come on. Oh. Not looking too great. Also, I recognize the side conversation about Stellaris and Endless Space 2. I like space strategy games, but I don't really play them enough. Oh no, I think this one might he might have gotten a little too hot or dried out by being stuck there, or something happened. Not too happy. I'm going to add a little bit more water at sort of the beginning of the maze. Maybe that will help. Maybe it's just like too low. I don't know. Yes, I might be sending this copepod to the big moss farm in the sky. Unfortunately. Although, it's kind of waking back up. I don't really know what's wrong here. So let's check where the water ends. The water... Okay, it goes all the way till there. So, what's the issue then? So it could be too warm. That's definitely a possibility. Sorry, I'm just looking for where the water is. Yeah, it could be too warm, or maybe something about the water is not so good. Maybe it didn't like the glue. I don't know. Let's see. What's the right thing to do? I'm thinking like maybe if the walls were higher, maybe the water would have a little bit easier time getting in. I don't really know. That might not really help. Let's examine this again. At the very least, we can get a good look at a copepod. So it's still twitching and trying to swim. But why isn't it moving forward? Here, I'm going to check. I'm going to follow the maze all the way to the end where the water was ending. Let's just see if we can see. I wonder if it's drying very quickly. So I don't really see the threshold. I don't see the threshold moving too much. What that might tell me is maybe if the water level was too low and it's just like too low for this little guy to swim. Okay. I'm going to take this off. And maybe we'll grab another copepod. Also, I just want to inspect it. Well, maybe the water is too low. It's so hard to tell. Yeah, so I think part of the problem is that the water is beating up on top. It's not actually very thick. Oh wait, I missed some. Now you're gonna be singing "Moss Farm in the Sky" to the tune of "Spirit in the Sky." That's gonna be stuck in my head now too. Yeah, I think the water level's too low. Shoot. So, how do we fix that? How do we stop killing copepods? I can't stop killing copepods. As much as I don't really want to, I'm going to take this off the heat so it's not baking to death. Oh, welcome, Vamsy Fun. With a frowning, winking face. Yeah. Got some unfortunate, some copepods, a tardigrade or two has been lost to science. I think it's because our maze, in an effort for it to be small enough for a tardigrade, and also small enough to see a large portion of it, under the microscope, we've maybe made it too small. By we, I mean I, because it's my fault. Because I think making it taller, so if like it was taller on this axis, up and down, I think it would just beat up all the same. I think these channels might have to be a little bit bigger, unfortunately. And unfortunately, because that means it might just become a copepod only maze. Yeah. Yeah, so Vamsy Fun, I don't know how long you've been watching, but we're making and testing little tiny 3D printed mazes with hopes of getting something microscopic that can sort of traverse them. Yeah, I definitely think that my problem is it's with the water. We solve one problem. Oh no, solve one problem only to get another. Change my mind about copepods. Sure, I'll watch it. I'll believe it when I see it. Oh. My computer doesn't want to play it. What did I say? How do we stop killing copepods? I can't stop killing copepods. How do we stop? That's it? Just my desire to stop killing copepods as frequently? That means I changed my mind on copepods? Maybe. Also, I hate my voice. How dare you? Alright. It's fair. It's fair. I just dislike how they infected my other things. So what am I thinking? I think the next version has to be just as thick, but these walls, these channels need to be a little bit bigger. Let's measure these. I believe they are 0.5. Yeah, they're 0.5. I think 0.75. Yeah, 0.75 is kind of what I need to do. I think I could almost just do that right now by going back and editing the underlying sketch of this, which is very ugly. Alright, so yeah, so I think that's what I have to do, is just make these a little bit bigger. And I am running out of time for today, so something I might do, I don't know how many Sundays in a row I'm going to be dealing with the maze problem. So I might shelve it for next week. We'll see. Need to figure out how to make it hydrophilic, not hydrophobic. It's very hydrophilic right now. It's very hydrophobic. Excuse me. The water beads up and does not want to enter the channels. And that's bad, because then our little critters don't get any of that water. And they need the water. They need it really badly. Okay, so if I highlight this, I can increase the width. So what is 0.7? What is so if I want it to increase by 0.25, then on all sides an increase of 0.125. Nope, that's the wrong direction. That's the correct direction. So if I do that, and delete the interior one. Delete. Go away. Okay. Never mind. I guess I just won't bother with that. I also might need to make the outside a little bit bigger. No, it should still be big enough. Right. Hyaluronic acid, a word I can't say, and you suggested that. I forgot to order that. Okay, I'm going to write it down again. You did have that really good idea. Yeah. And I doubt. So if I go to Google, trusty Google, and search, you can't even see. If I search hydrophilic nail glue, that's probably not going to come up with anything. No. Hydrophilic coating. Ooh, hydrophilic coating spray. So this will severely limit what we can actually do on stream. But, you know, it's not so bad. Ooh, only $120. Graphene nanospray coating. Reduces water spotting. That's... Ooh, wait, I'm still getting hydrophobic. No. I want hydrophilic spray. It might not exist, to be honest. Hydrophilic... Or it might not exist at a price that I'm willing to pay. Yeah, how dare they try to predict. Alright, anyways. Okay, back to this, though. So if I just finish that and go back in time once again. Come on. So I am not going to select that. There we go. Okay. So these are slightly bigger channels now. Another thing that we might be able to do, actually probably not at this level. So something you can also do is I can take this and take an edge and fillet it, like put a curve on it. But I think that will be a detriment because I don't think it will actually print. And B, if it did print, this just provides more surface. So if I actually do that, say OK, this provides surface where, looking down at the microscope, it looks like a hard edge. But actually, it's like more area that something can just go and hide and be out of our sort of vision. Yeah. Okay. So, we're making progress though, right? Yeah, so it is about 4. So I do have to end for today, but thank you for coming. Let me just go to my big camera. Thank you for helping me test out my various new rewards. I'm going to pick someone to raid, so please stick around. Otherwise, not really sure what the plan is for Wednesday. I'm going to begin teaching on Thursday, so all my headspace is going to be somewhere else. Okay, let's see. Who's streaming? Science is streaming. Diatom's Attack is streaming. We haven't visited him in recently. He's also playing Cult of the Lamb. That's something different. Okay, we're going to raid Diatom's Attack. A fellow scientist. But I don't think he's... Nope. No microscope today for him. Okay. But thank you very much, everybody. I'll be back on Wednesday. Probably vaguely talking about something sci-fi related. I want to find something probably more gene editing and like DNA sequencing technology. I've been kind of on a kick for that. So thanks everybody. Have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Which?
Dreamer.
Of all the ancient knowledge.
Dr. Ben.
The experiments of Dr.
Aim.
I'm simply